Hello, Anointed One. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we dive deeper into Tom Keesee's story that's got the internet buzzing, and not for the right reasons. It's disturbing, complex, and frankly, heartbreaking. Tom Keesee, who was recently arrested on multiple counts of Young 1SA, is the son of Drenda and Gary Keesee, wealthy business moguls with deep ties to government, who even run the Faith Life megachurch in Ohio. But that's just the beginning. Because after his arrest, Tom made a shocking accusation against his sister Kirsten's husband, Elijah, and people are questioning why. This is a story of betrayal, abuse, and a desperate attempt to shift blame. On April 18, 2025, the Licking County Sheriff's Office arrested 36-year-old Gary Thomas Keesee Jr., better known as Tom Keesee, on multiple counts of rape. But what happened next? While in custody, Tom made explosive accusations against his own brother-in-law Elijah. Was this a desperate deflection? Or is there more to this twisted family saga? Let's break it down. Tom Keesee was arrested after his sister Kirsten came forward in December 2024, accusing him of SAing her over 50 times during their childhood. As the investigation unfolded, 3 more women stepped forward with similar allegations, one claiming he SA'd her more than 100 times. In my previous video, I reported that now we have a 4th victim who came forward and increased his charges to 32. So this wasn't just a one-time mistake. This was a pattern of abuse spanning years, starting when they were children and continuing into adulthood. But here's where it gets messy. During the arrest footage, which has now gone viral, Tom tries to shift the focus. With cameras rolling and detectives listening, he brings up a completely unrelated allegation. You'd think he'd be focused on his own legal battle. But no, instead, he tried to drag his sister's husband, Elijah, into it. Let's get into this video and hear what Tom was telling the detectives.
Do you want to go upstairs and talk right now?
I would love to talk to you.
Let's go.
I said I'd come in,
Listen, Niall.
I mean, I got to wait for my attorney's probably on his way, but
Oh, you think he's on his way now?
we tried to call him, yeah.
Well, I think someone made contact with him, but you're saying you'll talk to me with your attorney present. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I can talk to you about some other things. I'd like to know, you and I talked on the phone, and I said I'd come in, talk to you.
Okay. But
I'm just saying.
You know what I want to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Right. Are you comfortable talking to me about that without your attorney?
I mean, that's not smart for me to do, but I mean, I'm confident this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? If we want to wait for him to get here.
If you're more comfortable that way, listen, I just want to make sure you understand what's happening. Obviously, I haven't.
Well, so you're saying this morning, was there like a meeting or something? I know you said you had like a meeting.
Well, it just all came to a head this morning.
Okay.
So I can tell you more whenever if your attorney's on his way, if we can set something up with him, maybe I can reach out to him. We can go that route.
I mean, I'd love to know. I mean, I think transparency both ways helps. I'd like to just figure out kind of what, you and I could talk and just figure out how we got to this point right now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'll let you know. We'll try to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out options and what's going on.
Okay.
I was willing to talk to you. I was advised to wait because with everything going on, everything becomes a crazy public thing. So if I tell you my sister's being abused by her husband, if I tell you she lived with her parents for 3 months last year,
Yeah, so
I'm just telling you that's
I know. Well, Tom, the backstory of all that stuff, I already know.
Yeah.
I already know about that stuff, but I think you know what I would like some questions. I have.
Yeah, I'd like to know those. I mean, I can answer your questions.
Yeah, we'll get there. I'll try to figure out where it's Sam, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me figure that out, all right?
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Did Tom just try to claim that Elijah was abusing Kirsten, his wife? The same sister who accused him of horrific abuse. The detective even shut him down, saying he already knew the backstory. So why would Tom bring this up now? Let's call it what it is, a classic deflection. Tom is facing decades behind bars, accused of horrendous crimes, and instead of taking accountability, he tries to sling mud at someone else. And not just someone else, but the husband of the woman accusing him of abuse. It reads like retaliation, plain and simple. This is a calculated move to discredit Christie's accusations against him. And given the timing, it reeks of desperation. It's not hard to imagine what Tom might have been thinking here. If he could shift the narrative, create doubt, or make Christie seem like she was being manipulated or coerced by her husband, Elijah, maybe it would soften the perception of his own guilt. but it backfired. Badly. After the video went viral, Elijah's sister publicly responded, and she didn't hold back. She laid out the real story behind Christy's 2-month stay at her parents' house. Here's what she said. I have received so many texts, messages, and people tagging me about the video that surfaced, and a comment Tom Keesee made about my brother, Elijah. My brother has never ever physically abused Kirsten. 2 years ago, early summer, Kirsten learned about a corn addiction and the lies that my brother had been telling her about their financial stuff. She was at the end of her first trimester, and it was a stressful and hurtful time. After talking with their counselor, they were advised to separate for a time and work on themselves. So she stayed with her parents for roughly 2 months. Then they reunited. God's redeeming love healed them and restored their marriage. It's one of the most beautiful testimonies ever. All glory goes to God. They have never hid this. They are very open and have shared it many times with people. If you ask them, they would tell you their story. This story of physical abuse toward her is an outright lie. It's a narrative and a story that Drenda, Gary, and Tom have decided to spread in an attempt to say that my brother is behind Kirsten's coming forward, that he's fueling this to cause trouble. Continue to pray for and lift all the victims. This proves Tom's allegation is an outright lie, and as she says, it was a calculated narrative being pushed by Tom, his mother Drenda, and father Gary Keesee. Their goal? To discredit Elijah, to make it look like he was behind Christy's decision to come forward about the abuse she allegedly endured at the hands of her brother. Christy's husband's sister goes on to explain that 2 years ago, Christy and Elijah did separate briefly after Elijah's corn addiction and financial lies came to light. But they reconciled, sought counseling, and rebuilt their marriage. So let's be clear. Tom is accused of decades of SA by multiple women. And his response? But what about Elijah? Sorry, Tom, that deflection isn't going to work. This isn't just about Tom trying to save face. This is about a powerful family potentially manipulating the narrative to protect their name. The Keesees have influence. They have a megachurch. And now, they have a son facing life-altering charges. Is the Keesee family, with all its influence and ties to government and ministry, trying to cover for their son by attacking anyone who threatens their public image? But here's the thing. 4 brave women have spoken up. The evidence is mounting. And no amount of finger-pointing at Elijah changes the gravity of what Tom is accused of. At the end of the day, this case is about justice for the victims. If Tom is guilty, he needs to be held accountable no matter who his parents are. And if he's lying about Elijah, that just proves how far he's willing to go to avoid facing the truth. As Elijah's sister said, the priority now should be the victims. All of them. They deserve to be heard, believed, and protected. The rest, the spin, the lies, the distractions, they need to be seen for what they are. Let me know what you think in the comments. Was Tom trying to shift the blame? Do you believe there's more to this family dynamic than meets the eye? As always, I'll be reading what you say. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into real stories like this one. Stay safe, stay informed, and keep asking the hard questions.